Assalamu alaikum everybody, and welcome back to ICT Year 5. So in the last lesson we chose this tennis ball and we created a program that makes it roam all around, and if it's on the edge of the theater it bounces back and it moves 30 steps. We don't want it to be so fast, so let's just return the speed into 10 steps. And we've also added this sprite of octopus right here, and we made the octopus with the help of the loop follow the mouse. Wherever the mouse goes it follows, and then if this sprite touches the tennis ball it would play the sound of the ocean or the splash if you want. In today's lesson, as promised, we are going to create a variable that would allow us to create score for the game. But what is a variable anyway? You will find this on the book, page number 35. How to make a variable and what is a variable. A variable is something that you create to store any value on your computer. A computer can store a data value as a variable. A variable can store any value. So the score is a value, right? 1, 2, 3, those are values, right? But we want to create a variable to make the computer able to store it on its memory. So let's create a variable by going to the group named variables. Next, click on make a variable, and let's name our variables hits and press enter. Now we're going to apply this variable on the octopus. So you want the computer to count 0 or reset the score to 0 once you start the game or you click on the green flag. So let's add this set hits to 0 at the beginning of the program right after when flag clicked, and let's stick them together. But how is it going to keep a score? Like whenever this octopus touches this tennis ball it should write here 1. How can we do that? We can just add that inside the if statement. Change hits by 1. We have a block over here called change hits by 1. So whenever this sprite touches the tennis ball it would play a splash sound and it will change the score by 1. Let's try that out. So right now I'm like moving away from the ball, but let's try and touch the ball in purpose. What you see right here, as you can see, whenever the sprite touches the ball it's going to count more on the score and it's going to play a sound splash. Okay, let's make this game more interesting. Now I only have one ball, right? And this game is like really easy, right? So why don't we create so many balls without writing any codes? We're in the next step we're going to add more balls to the game so that it's going to be even more difficult for the octopus to avoid the ball. All we have to do is right click and duplicate. But it's very easy. It didn't just duplicate the sprite, it also duplicated the code along with it. See, this is tennis ball 2 and it also has the code, and this is tennis ball 1 and it also has the same code. Why don't we make them 3? Okay, now let's click on the green flag and see what happens. They are all moving in the same place, at the same size, at the same speed. So let's change that. Okay, the first one is at the coordinates 200 and 150. Let's change the coordinates for the second one. Instead of 200 let's make it 150, and over here 100. And the third one, they should not all have the same coordinates because you won't be able to see them. They would be on top of each other. So let's change this to 250 and change this to 200. Now the minute they start, the minute I click on the green flag, their size is going to get bigger and they are going to be at different places on the theater because I gave them different coordinates, right? So let's try that out. Yeah, it's still easy, a little more difficult, but still easy, right? This time, let's change their speed. Let's start with the first one. Let's make it 20. The second one, 30. And let's leave this as 10. Let's run the program and see what happens. See? Some of them are faster than the other. Oh! Now I got 2. Well, I hope this game is like really fun, because the most important thing about this game is that you guys programmed it by yourself. And what is more fun than playing a game that you have programmed it by yourself, right? In today's lesson we learned how can we create a variable, and we used the variable to help us create a score for the game. Without the variable, we cannot let the computer save the score on the game. Next, we learned how to duplicate not just a sprite, but the code itself that the same sprite has. Alright, I'm going to play the game for like a couple of seconds so that you can see how awesome it is. I'm getting really good at this game. You can take help of the book the first time you're creating this program. Everything is explained over here, how you can create a variable, the steps of how you can create a variable on page number 35. And instead of having multiple ifs, all we can do is just duplicate the balls, and the game will be even more difficult. Well, that is it for this lesson. I hope you guys enjoyed it and you guys understood every little bit of it. If you have any questions, please do send me using the add button. And till I see you in the next lesson, take good care. Bye.